Hey, what up everyone, it's your boy Numemo here, back with another video. Today, I want to talk to you guys about 5 different tactics that I have used to try to get out of a creative block. Writer's block, beat block, whatever you got. Let's get it. Most of you who know my work know that I make beats and I also write raps. And recently I've actually been going through a little bit of a creative block where it's been tough for me to make beats that I really like, and it's tough for me to write verses that I'm happy with. And so I wanted to show you guys kind of some of the things that I've been doing to try to get over this hump here so I can start making music that I actually like. Now, for those of you who don't know what a creative block is, it's when you go through a period of time and where you don't create anything that's good, or at least nothing that you're happy with. And I think that it becomes a creative block once you go through that many days, sometimes for weeks, even a couple months, where you just don't create anything that you really like. So one of the things that I like to do to get over a creative block is I like to kind of switch up my process a little bit. So let's say that whenever I make beats, I usually start out with melody. I'll try starting out with drums so I can, kind of like approach my creativity in a different way. If I'm writing raps, let's say I usually write to this type of beat, maybe I'll switch it up and try to write to a different type of beat. Maybe I'll try to write to beats that aren't mine so I can kind of like, I kind of like tricking myself into being creative in a different way. I think that whenever you have kind of like a creative routine or process that's set in stone, sometimes it gets boring and you can kind of get exhausted of following kind of that order of creating. And so I like to kind of trick my creative mind a little bit by switching things up. Another thing that I like to do that's kind of specific to production is that whenever I'm having difficulty creating something that I like, what I'll do is that I'll try to learn some new skills in my DAW. So I'll try to search some little tricks that I can try when using my DAW. And usually whenever I learn little tricks and little tips like that, it usually inspires me to want to create and use whatever new thing it is that I learned to create new material. By the way, this applies to anything pretty much. Like, let's say you're a graphic designer, learn some new tricks on Photoshop and I promise that'll inspire some new art. Actually, until like the last couple weeks, I've never skateboarded before. This is my first time. As a kid, I got on a skateboard one time and I bust my ass like within the first couple minutes. So shout out to the boy Harv out here trying to. Hi. Say hi to Harv, guys. One of the other tactics that I use to try to get over creative block is trying something new, trying something that's totally unrelated to whatever the art you practice is. So that kind of distracts you a little bit, you relieve some of the frustration and try something new, and when you go back to the drawing board, you'll go back with a fresh mind, with an open mind, and you'll have some new, fresh ideas to try out. That's kind of why I decided to try to learn how to skateboard, and here I am. Got a microphone on the bottom of this board. It continuously reminds me that the ultimate goal that I have here is to be able to go back into the studio and create dope stuff, so yeah. One other thing that I tried that you guys can also try is just taking a break. Listen to some of your favorite music or consume some of your favorite art. Become a fan again of what it is that you make. So let's say, for example, for me, if I'm having trouble writing raps, I just take a break maybe for a couple weeks. I don't write any raps and just start listening to all of my favorite rap tracks, and that way I can kind of fall in love with what it is that inspires me to rap, and then kind of after that break try again, and usually you come back with a more refreshed mind. Or honestly, what happened to me was I started listening to all of my favorite stuff and I became inspired all over again in the middle of listening, and I didn't even finish 1 or 2 days before I was already kind of writing down some rap ideas in my notes app on my phone. So I suggest you guys do that. Just take a break and become a fan again for a couple of days, and usually that brings back some inspiration. One thing that I like to try as a music creator is that whenever I'm having trouble making new songs, I like to experiment with new sounds. So sometimes what I like to do is I like to maybe get some new VSTs, get some new sample packs, and usually when you start messing around with some of those new sounds, you get inspired to create. And that's one of the things that I've been doing. I've been downloading new sounds and making new beats with sounds and kind of experimenting and that's helped me a lot with getting over this creative slump that I've been in. But I am really happy to tell you guys that I have been making some stuff that I really like, and I'm really excited to start getting it together. I want to put it together in an Ableton Live performance form so I can share it with you guys. So I'm working on that right now, working on getting some beats together and writing songs to them. I haven't posted a video in a while, so if you guys have been waiting, I'm sorry. I've just been caught up all over the place. I want to get back into the rhythm of posting one video per week. For those of you who've been waiting, I appreciate you, thank you. I appreciate your patience. And I got a lot of dope stuff in the works. I'm dead serious in the video, by the way. Literally like 2 months ago, I discussed getting a skateboard with Harv, and we both picked one up and we're learning how to skateboard. Like literally none of us knew how to skateboard at all. Watched some YouTube tutorials and we've been hanging out in the park trying it ever since. It's been really fun. And yeah. But alright guys, I really hope that these tips and these tricks help you out as much as they help me. Next time you're in a creative slump, I hope you remember some of these things so you can apply them. And if you do have success with any of these tips, I would love to hear your story. Hit me in the comments, give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. Much love guys. Peace out.
I've been on the grind trying to get it. Better give me credit. Dudes talking smack like it's Reddit. Call a medic. I've been sick since campus. I'm anxious with every beat I make. I gotta slay another canvas. And it's the best.